So we've had women on the show to talk about this several times, but the idea that women are going to roll with men.
That makes a lot of people nervous.
So I've
really does.
I've had a few conversations with people that just they're not comfortable with it. I think you're doing the sport a disservice by not being comfortable with it. You know what I mean?
You really are.
Like, you need to figure out how to get over that, because you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing the gym a disservice. You're doing the women in the gym a disservice. Like, just
some of the best roles I've had are from women beating the living shit out of me. I'm not even kidding. That's not just saying something for the sake of saying something.
So I roll with women the same way I roll with men, but I roll with all of them like size and.
I roll to size, not to gender.
Well,
I roll. I mean, I'm like, if you're way smaller than me.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a fun role if I just sit on top of you. For one thing, I'm not doing jiu-jitsu. And number two, you're not going to be able to do jiu-jitsu.
And it's skill dependent too, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you're higher, I'll do whatever.
If I outweigh a woman by 100 pounds, but she's a black belt, guess what I don't have to do? Be nice.
How about Deborah?
It's not going to matter.
Deborah Gracie,
I'm going to get destroyed.
Marcio's daughter?
Yeah.
She will fuck you up, son. And she is tiny.
Yeah, if I want to throw 100% of my...
She comes to like here. She'll kill you.
If I wanted to throw 100% of my weight at somebody like Deborah Gracie or anybody, purple, brown, black belt, Jiu-Jitsu, I will get destroyed.
Yes.
But,
no doubt.
But like if I'm rolling somebody like Ben, but he's a white belt, I'm also not going to throw. I'm not going to throw 100% of my weight in strength at him.
You outweigh him by
like but because he's got skill and he's more skilled than me, like I can.
You can go after it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all day.
So it's all. Size and skill dependent, not gender dependent.
But it can, but we've also heard from our listeners, from some of our women listeners, they've reached out to us and they're like, well, I just have guys that just either won't roll with me or destroy me. And it's and I'm like, what are you getting out of that? Destroying anybody that's like at all. It doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man or a kid. So what do you get from that?
I've heard two thoughts from women. And one is, well, that's what it's going to be like in real life. So I appreciate getting smashed because that's how I'm going to learn. And I respect that opinion. And then I get the other opinion like, look, man, you outweigh me by 100 pounds and you're strong as shit and you're not letting me do nothing and you're hurting me.
Yes.
Like, how can I learn from... So each of their opinions, I think, are valid.
As do I.
But that's why I think you can ask in a non-condescending and, misogynist way. It's like, hey, how hard are we going to go?
Yeah.
If I'm going too hard, let me know. If I'm going too easy, let me know.
But the only problem is people lie. Because I do it all the time. Like, can you take it easy? And at one point it was me because I would go too hard. But then now I'm like, you going to go hard? And they're like, no.
That is not.
And then they're just all of a sudden coming after me. I'm like, you are crazy. It doesn't matter what gender it was. Like, you lied.
The biggest lie in jiu-jitsu is let's flow roll.
Yeah, flow roll.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're punching me in the nose. Me in the nose.
What I meant was I just wanted to get a superior position first, and then we'll go 100%.
Yeah, that's
what I meant by
it seems like that's what that is nowadays. Yeah. But it does create a lot of anxiety. I can't speak from the other side, obviously, but I know my wife has that. Like, my wife can defend herself just fine. But when a huge dude just comes after her, she goes, it's not fun anymore. Yeah. She goes, I can defend myself, but it sucks.
Yeah, as a woman, I think you should definitely be very comfortable saying no.
Yeah.
Or only rolling with other women. Like, that should be fine, and nobody should have a problem with that. But if
that's how you feel, I don't think there should be a problem. Exactly. And also for guys, if you don't want to roll with a woman, you're stupid. But fine, that's on you. Yeah. If you think that's an issue, you're wrong.
For us, Sahabi will not roll him. And he had a big old dissertation about it, and I couldn't disagree more with it.
I disagree completely. But to each their own. But just pick your roles. People, I think, when you first start, it's hard to pick a role because everybody's just going. But if somebody's going really hard, just keep tapping. Mm-hmm. It gets really boring really quick for them. I've done it. When I was first coming back, people were just fucking wrenching on my neck. I'm like, tap. They're like, what are you tapping for? I'm like, I don't know. Let's keep going. Tap. Why do you keep tapping? Because you're trying too hard. Yep, tap again. They stop after a while. Rolling all together. They just move on.
So that one actually came from a Reddit post, and I thought it was an interesting perspective. This woman was talking about how, I think she was in Houston. I don't know. It doesn't matter the place. But she was at a gym. Some guy kept like trying to ask her out, and she kept politely saying no. And then she kept avoiding him and avoiding rolling with him because it's like, the dude's
why would you? That's
interest.
awkward.
Yeah, it's weird. And eventually it got to the point where she said yes to a date, fine. Didn't connect. Said, hey, think we're just going to be teammates. We're not going to be lovers here. And then they ended up kicking her out of the gym.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, because she wasn't creating a inclusive.
That whole gym she shut down.
Yeah. Basically, the guy was boys with everyone else in the gym. She wasn't. So it's like,
dang.
There's probably more to that story than they said.
100% more. But
I guarantee. But also, fuck off. Like, if you have a problem with a woman, gosh darn it, dude. Because I also heard of a gym of a friend that, like, one of the women kept saying a guy was being super inappropriate during rolls, and they kept supporting the guy.
That's
and I'm like the owners were supporting the guy. I'm like,
right.
A woman says that, you have to pay attention.
Right.
You got to either, then just don't let them roll with her there. Just like start to be like, hey, and if you're not doing it, then you shouldn't care.
Right.
Just be like, fine, I just won't roll with her if she's uncomfortable. But it was literally an issue. And I'm like, stop siding with your boys.
Right.
If your boy's a douche, he's a fucking douche. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Or if your girl's a douche.
I'm not
it
saying,
goes both ways.
I'm not saying, women can't be toxic as well.
Oh, no. Women can be toxic for sure, just like a guy can. But yeah, in jiu-jitsu, we want more of them here because it's really important for them to know.
We don't want the only people doing jiu-jitsu, the ones that are already that don't need it. Like, you're already big and strong and athletic. Like now you can fight too. Perfect.
Yay! Now you're super dangerous.
We need people like Ben coming in. He's just a slight, tiny little man. That will murder you. Yeah, I think that's cool.
You weigh less than everyone here.
Does he?
Yeah.
How much you weigh? Oh, I got him. 157.
I know.
Dang.
Like I said, he weighs less than everybody.
What can you bench though, bro? He's like, what's that?
I'm up to 155.
What's the bar? Got it. I got that.